Good morning, everybody. Welcome, Tammy from Tammy's Homesteading Crafts. Today we are in the YouTube corner, the little slice of heaven that I like to sit and talk to you guys. So welcome. Today's podcast is going to be a knitting podcast. It is knitting podcast number 30. I went on a retreat this past weekend, so I'll talk a little bit about that. And then all of the progress that I have on my current whips. Didn't get anything finished. So if that is something that interests you, stick around. Okay, so before we get started, I want to welcome all of you to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. As we said on last week's podcast, we are over 500, and I am so happy that we are over 500 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. For those of you who might be finding my podcasts for the very first time, if you enjoy my podcast, please hit the thumbs up button, the like button, the ring the bell, the notification button. That will allow you to know when a new video has been posted. And also consider subscribing to my channel. It does benefit me by you subscribing to my channel. Okay, so let's get into our podcast. Okay, so usually I talk about all the bags that I have sewn, and I don't have any. I didn't sew any new bags. The last ones I sewed were ones that I showed on the last podcast. I have not sewed for almost a week now, and today is March 4th. I usually try to say that. So yeah, I was at a retreat over the weekend. I sewed for orders to go to the retreat, but I have not made anything new into the shop. So I have nothing to show there. But I did get a lot of knitting done over the weekend. So let's just jump right into our whips that we have going on. So the first one is, I will show, it is my Sweet Mountain shawl, or wrap, I guess she calls it. It's getting there. It's really not as big as it seems. It just seems like it's taken a long time. But this is where I was after my last podcast. So I got that much done in a week. Been pretty busy. Got quite a bit done. It is my scrappy cake from Cornbread Honey. Love this, how it is knitting out. I was so thrilled to get to the next color. I was kind of sick of knitting purple, but I actually really do love this skein. I love how it is just tied together. I don't have to do anything. I can just keep knitting and trim the ends a little bit when I get to where they are tied together. So these are her scrappy cakes. It's in one of my little wrist yarn bags. This is a Let It Snow bag. These are, a lot of these are a one-of-a-kind design type bag, but I have them in the website under wrist yarn bags. But yeah, this is... that's how much progress I got done on that one. That is, I think I was at row 5 or 6 last week. It might have been 6, round 6, because I have 14 rows to do in each round, and I have a round of 14 to do. I'm working on row 10. So around 10. So I'm pretty good. I'm getting pretty good. I made myself do one complete 14 rows, one round each day this weekend. So that helped. I worked on that, and once I got that done, I could go to another project. But that was my plan for this weekend. This past weekend was to get some headway on this, and I'm getting there. But yeah, we're slow going on that. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't take me as long to do this. And it's not that it's a hard, difficult pattern. I was just very frustrated with still being purple. But yeah, so now hopefully I really like this other color, and I will just keep going, and I hope it'll, I don't know, maybe hopefully we'll get it done by next podcast. We'll have a FO. That would be nice. Okay, so that was first project. The second project is going to be my Easy V sweater. Now I know I had said that I had to redo all of my color work I could think of the name of what it was, all of my color work again. So I ended up having, once I got that all done after last podcast, there was where I was. So that's how much I got done on that. And like I said, there's 240 stitches on this to go around one time. But yeah, I'm getting pretty good. My inside almost looks as well as the outside. I've been trying to weave in my ends as I go, so I don't have so many to, all I have to do now is just kind of cut those off. They're weaved in quite a ways. I can just do a cut off of that, but I only have one more round of the light pink to do, and then I put the green on. So I'm almost done with my color work, and then I will be a little bit of the solid green before I split for sleeves. So we did quite a bit on this. I mean, I was able to work on this over the weekend. Got quite a ways on that. So really happy with the progress there. And I love how it's looking and how it's turning out. I just love the color work and the colors, how they blend together there. Okay, so that was project 2. I took 4 projects with me over the weekend, and I worked on 3 of them. I took 5 projects with me. I worked on 3 of them is all I did. I took my socks. I never wanted to knit socks, so I just kept doing other things. It took me a long time to get my 14 rows done on my shawl each day before I could get into something else. The next thing that I worked on was my rocket tee. And as you can see, this is where I was. I had just separated for sleeves and got the sleeves separated before I went to the retreat. And yeah, I had a few more sleeves I was able to easily work off. So I did a good inch there, but this is where I was after last podcast, was this one here. So I got a good 3 inches really done on it since last podcast. It's now just a pretty easy knit where it's just knit in the round. There is on each side there is a little decoration that runs down the side. So I have a stitch marker there so that I can remember to do that. Once I'm done, I pick up all of these stitches and I do like an I-cord bind off. And then I also pick up all the stitches around the collar and do an I-cord bind off around there as well. If I don't have enough of this color yarn, I will do those in a contrast color, like a solid or something, to just have a pop of color there. I'm still in my first cake. I still have quite a bit left of my first cake. I have not waited to see if there's still like 50 grams left. I don't know, because my sleeves are technically done and my collar is technically done. I mean, I could just bind these off and leave them like that. I wouldn't have to do the I-cord, but I thought the I-cord would probably keep it from rolling and they would just be a little cap sleeve. The same with the collar. If I do an I-cord on that, picking those up and do an I-cord, it'll just lay a little bit flatter. And fill in the V in case it's a little too low, which I don't think it is. I did try it on before I did the sleeves to make sure how it was fitting, and I knew I needed to do a little bit more reglan so that I had room in the sleeves so that it wasn't so tight in the arms. But yeah, it fits pretty good. I like the way it was fitting. I had plenty of room in the chest area. It was the sleeves that were really where I needed the extra growth. So, but yeah, I like the way I love the colors and how it's turning out. But yeah, so we got a lot of knitting done in just the 3 days that we were there. Yeah, so that was those are the 3 that I took and mainly worked on this weekend. I have worked on my daily shawl, but I am on the 23rd. I think I was on the 18th when I filmed last, so I got a couple of days done, but I'm only on the 23rd at this point right now. Yeah, I like it. It's just, I had a couple of meetings last week where I was able to sit and do stitches while I was listening to meetings, and I hadn't had those in a couple of weeks. And then I've been off on vacation since last Friday knitting, and I didn't take this to the retreat because I'd had to take the calendar to do all that, and I didn't want to. So yeah, I will get back into this and try to get caught up here as much as possible. But yeah, we're doing, I'm into another color finally. There was a lot of dark purple right there, and there's going to be a lot of this color because I have a lot of this color, but I guess I don't mind that color as much because it's very bright and colorful. There's a lot going on in there. But yeah, some of the colors that I have are, there's going to be a lot. There's a lot left of it, but it's not enough to do a whole nother pair of socks. And I don't have solids that will go with them is the other reason why I'm just like, okay, well, I'll just put it into this shawl and I'll have this shawl. But yeah, so that's where we're at there with that one. Going on, doing some things. So now I've got 3 new cast-ons. So let's talk about those. Okay, so let's talk about the new cast-ons that I have. Last week I had said that I wanted to, with that big cake of yarn that I had over here, the cashmere, I wanted to get cast on a sweater. And I had shown it on a previous podcast that I was going to do with the blue, but there wasn't quite enough yardage, so I went with the Rocket Tee. Well, this is the, if it's going to open, this is the True Nature sweater, and that is by TellyBean Knits. There again, I can make shorter sleeves. It's a kind of a cropped sweater. I should have enough, but if I don't quite have enough, it's a top-down sweater. I can do the ribbing and the bottoms of the ribbing on the sleeves in another color. And I might try to do the sleeves, get part of the sleeves done to the length that I want and leave for ribbing, and then go back to the body so that I can, if I do need to change colors, I will have the ribbing on both the body of the sweater and the sleeves the same color. The neckline is done, so I did get it started, and you cast on, and then you do a bunch of short rows for the back shaping of the neck. It's a little bit different. I haven't done anything like this, but I'm into one of the next row where you're starting to increase your 5 stitches all the way around so that you can start doing all the lace work at the top here. So we'll be doing that lace work there. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. I really do like it. I'm liking it so far. Yeah, so that's my first cast on that I have to start. I started it, I think right after last podcast I started it, and I worked on it a little bit and got it going, and I thought I could take it to the retreat and work on it, but there was a lot of extra stitches and stuff like that, and I thought I need to concentrate when I get to that. I don't want to screw up on the lace work, so I figured I just wouldn't work on it. I did take it, however, thinking that I might work on it, but I didn't. But that was one of my 3 new cast-ons that I have. My second cast-on, I just cast on last night when I was at the retreat. I was given this cowl, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. I thought, I don't know what I'm really going to do with that pattern. I liked it, but I didn't know. When I came home, I remembered that I had this cake from Cornbread Honey in worsted weight, and that was worsted weight. This was one of her one pot wonders. She does these every now and then, and she just takes leftover dye and pours into pots and doesn't measure anything and just dyes. So this was one of those one pot wonders. It happened to be on worsted weight yarn. So I started that cowl. It'll probably end up being a Christmas present, but yeah, I got quite a bit done on it last night. I just started it last night. I love the little decorations that it has on it. But yeah, I love the way the color is. It really isn't pooling, it's just variegated all the way through. I love the way it's knitting out. But yeah, it's kind of got a little bit of a ripple on the cowl itself, on the top. It's not, you know, once you do the first couple of stitches, it kind of makes it look like it's rippled. I mean, it wasn't rippled when I started. It was just a normal cast on, but then the second row you start adding in and you start purling 3 together, and it gives this nice little, if I can get it to go, the little nice little scallop effect on the top. So yeah, this is my one of the newest cast-ons I started last night. So that was a pattern that I was given over the weekend, and when I got home I found yarn that I wanted to use for it. So I thought, yeah, I'm gonna get this cast on and I'm gonna get it done. Usually worsted weight projects don't normally take all that long to do because it's a bigger needle. That's a number 9 needle, so it's quite large to do that. Shouldn't take too long. It's really not that long of a project. Okay, so the third new project that I have, I just barely got a cast on and I need a little bit of help, and I am going to get that today. But it is my Tunisian cowl that I'm going to do. Let me pull up my pattern here. Glasses on. So this is the cowl that I want to do. It is done, I was told in the beginning when somebody looked at it for me, they're like, oh, that's done in the round. You'll really be able to do that. And it's called the Ocean Tunisian Cowl. I really like the stitch, and I don't think it's going to be all that difficult to do. However, being that it's supposed to be done flat and you're supposed to seam it up, I thought I really would like to try doing it in the round, just so that I don't have to seam up, because I really don't like the way I seam things up. I don't like seeing it. I like the point to be able to work through your cast on together when you join in the round. I like to be able to close that round and then just have it seamless all the way around. So I need a little bit of help in trying to figure out how to do that. So I got my chain cast on. When I go to knitting today, one of the other ladies there does Tunisian crochet, and I'm going to have her help me do it in the round, because I finally got my Tunisian crochet hooks. They actually came. I had a little bit of an issue with them. The one set I bought, the tips were broke off of it, so I ordered another set. And I just got this one when I came home from the retreat. I got this one in the mail. This is a Knit Picks one. It just has, you know, your 6 or 8 hooks in there for different sizes. Hopefully I won't need any bigger sizes than that. And then it's got cords in the back of it. It was I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it because I wasn't sure I was going to keep doing Tunisian crochet. But yeah, I got my hook already. They always tell you, you know, because you never get 2 of the same size hooks when you're buying hooks. So they said the normal size, and then go back with the smaller size. So I have an H and a G on my circular needle to be able to do this. I have my chain started so that when she goes to help me, I don't have to chain on my 144 stitches. So I got my chain done because I know I can do that. And then I will be able to, once she shows me how to do it in the round, and work my first couple of rows in the round. You know, if you have to change, I don't know if anything changes. Usually you work forward and back, and I guess you will be working backwards with your hook. Once you get it there, you kind of flip it, but I didn't know if there was something different you had to do when you brought it back, because you kind of flip it around to bring it back. But that's where I'm at with this. Like I said, just cast on last night. I'm going to try to get some help today when I'm at knitting so that I can get going on that, because I really want to do that cowl. I think it's really pretty, and I really like the yarn that I have pulled for it. So yeah, that's where we're at with that one. Those are my 3-est new cast-ons that I have. One of them will probably be an FO by next week. Probably that little cowl will be an FO by next week. But yeah, I don't really have much of nothing new to nothing to show to cast off. But hopefully I can get a lot done on all of my other stuff. Maybe I can get my Sweet Mountain wrap cast off by next week. If I make myself do a round a day, I should be good. And I'm halfway through today's round, so I will get that done. I probably won't take that to knit with me today. I'll grab, you know, my new one, and then, you know, something easy to do that I can do and get done with. But yeah, that's where I'm at with those. Okay, so let's talk about the retreat. That was so fun. I had so much fun at the retreat. I was so glad that they invited me. It is a knit group that I go to, but the retreat's been going on for years, and there's a lot of other people that are in the group for the retreat, and you just have to kind of like wait your turn, and it's a rotation type thing. If you don't go one year, you get bumped to the bottom of the list, and then, you know, when somebody doesn't go, then it opens up for you to be able to go. So now that I'm in, as long as I don't not go, I'll be able to join each year for the retreat, which I'm excited to. They do it twice a year, and there's 2 different groups that go. So there's a spring one and there's a fall one. And I'm on the fall waiting list to see if I can get into the fall one. If I do get into the fall one, then it will be nice. I'll have 2 retreats each year, but it was not that far from here. It was at Chautauqua Lake, Chautauqua Institute at Chautauqua Lake in Chautauqua, New York. It's the first time I'd been there. It's not that far from the house, and I will show some pictures of the grounds and stuff like that. It was a nice big house that we were at. Had decent sized rooms, a bathroom in each room, a little kitchenette, 2 beds, 2 single beds. It was a nice big house to be in, and to be able to have you know, it was the United Methodist house. They have a sanctuary. They have a church in there too, and then they have like the bed and breakfast type things upstairs where you can have you know, sleep and stuff like that, and then mini kitchenettes, and then they have a full kitchen downstairs. They have a nice big living room where you can sit, and that's where we have all the chairs, and we were sitting and knitting, and then we set up some tables in the sanctuary, and we were able to have be able to sit in there and eat. I was able to set up for my display of bags and stuff so that all the ladies were able to shop, and I appreciate every one of them that purchased from me. It was so much fun. I had so much fun. I was so thrilled that they invited me to join them and to allow me to bring my bags and stitch shoppers for a little trunk show type thing. So that was so much fun. I was able to take a couple of walks, get around the grounds a little bit. I really didn't know where I was going, so I didn't want to go too far from where I was because I didn't want to get lost. There's a lot of little tiny roads down there. Some it's like, is this a walkway or is this actually supposed to be a road? They were so small, I really didn't know if it was supposed to be a road or if it was supposed to be just a walkway. I don't think they let a ton of cars in the summertime. I don't think they let very many cars in. I think you have to park in a lot and either bus over or walk over from the lot, because the roads are really, really small. I think they let a few people in. We were off season, so there wasn't, nothing was blocked off. We were able to drive in right to where we needed to be and park right in front of the building where we were at all weekend. So that was really nice. And we didn't have to go park in a parking lot and then trug our stuff in. So yeah, that's why I think they do it when it's off before prime season, so that we don't have to, because we have some older ladies that have trouble walking, and the place we had an elevator, which was so nice, so you don't have to do the stairs. And it was a really, really nice, enjoyable time. I needed to get away. I needed to get out of the sewing room, and I needed to relax. So it was very nice just to relax and not have to really think about, oh, I need to do this. Because when I'm home, if I'm not knitting, it's like, oh, there's bags I need to make, or there's something I need to do. I mean, I didn't take my computer with me. I didn't do any computer work, nothing like that. So it was so nice just to kind of be relaxed and not looking at emails, not looking at anything for 3 days. I think I really needed that recharge. I'm feeling a lot better and eager to get into the sewing room and get some more bags made for the next couple of shows that I have going on. I will be shipping bags to Clinch River, Tennessee, because I'll be down there in 2 weeks. So I just want to get a few more bags made so that I have some stuff to send down there. But yeah, that was my trip. I really enjoyed it, and I will put some pictures of Chautauqua in here. Maybe while I'm talking about them, I'll just put some snapshots in, and then maybe afterwards I'll have some snapshots of different places around there. But yes, it was so much fun. I absolutely loved the retreat. Love everybody that was at the retreat. It was so much fun, so well organized, and just everybody got along so well, and it was wonderful. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to join you this year on retreat. I absolutely am thrilled that you included me in this retreat, so thank you. So the last thing I want to talk about is where we're going to be. Right now we have a trunk show going in Busy Stix in Lafayette, California. They have the Bay Area Yarn Crawl starting March 15th and running till March 24th. So if anybody is in that area and wants to go to those shops and support that yarn crawl, I will put the information down below for the Bay Area Yarn Crawl. And for Busy Stix, she is doing a trunk show for the month, and I'm absolutely thrilled that she is willing to do that for me. Then while the trunk show is going on at Bay City, I will also be having a trunk show going on at Clinch River, Tennessee in Clinton, Tennessee. Clinch River Yarn Company in Clinton, Tennessee. From probably the 11th or 12th of March through the 23rd, and I will actually be in the store on March 23rd. So any of you that are in that area and would love to stop in and see me on Saturday, I will be there all day Saturday with some other bags. I'm sending some new bags, but then I'll bring some more bags with me just to have extra bags to show there, and just to sit and knit and to meet all of you guys. So that one will be, the trunk show will start possibly like March 11th, 12th, and run through the 23rd, with me being in the store on March 23rd. And that is the two places that I'm going to be here for the month of March. April, we will be in Ohio And I'll talk a little bit more detail about those in the next coming up ones, just so that I don't get too much going on. Cornbread and Honey moved their birthday party to April 6th. So we are not going to be there on the 16th now like we were planning with for their birthday party. It has been moved to April 6th. So we will be most likely in their store on April 6th. That's the plan. I'm hoping to be able to get there on April 6th. But yeah, so that's where we are going to be for the next couple of weeks. Looking forward to meeting anybody who wants to stop in and say hello, and to meet me when I am in Tennessee at Clinch River. It will be so much fun to sit and knit and to just enjoy the company of other knitters. I'm looking forward to that. That's kind of like the best part of going to these yarn stores, is to sit there and to see what other people are making, see what other people are doing, learn new things. A lot of times people are spinning, people are felting, just learning to do different things and seeing different things around. It's so much fun, and being able to have to talk to people about knitting. That's one of my favorite things when I go to the yarn stores, just to be able to meet the new people and to see what other people are making. It gives me ideas, and it encourages me to try new things and to want to start new things. So that is everything for today's podcast, guys. I don't know how long it's going to be. It shouldn't be too long because I really didn't have a lot, but you know, I get talking and who knows. But yeah, so that is it. I will post all the information about where to find me and all of the shows that I'm going to be at down in the show notes below, so you guys can look at those and copy the links and take them to the different places. But thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.